let's get something out of the way here
All right.
quickly. Stupid baseball. Let's get stupid baseball out of the way.
I know what you're talking about here. I know what you're
Oh,
talking.
you heard?
Yeah, I heard.
I mean, you don't watch baseball, but you watch, ESPN or whatnot. So you hear about it.
Yeah, I watch Pardon the Interruption every day on ESPN, and they talk about everything. So yeah.
There you go. So yeah, stupid baseball, stupid Dodgers, stupid pitching. Uh, a lot of people would say stupid coach. Um, so yeah, the Dodgers lost. They lost. They got swept. It's the first time they've gotten swept in I don't know how many years. A long time, man. 07 or something crazy. And they did not have pitching. That was the issue early on. Remember we talked about it last week, saying Arizona's got some good bats. These guys have no pitching. That's a problem. A lot of people want to, blame the coach. Every year it's, get rid of the coach, get rid of the coach. And normally I would say, it's not always the coach, but at some point you do have to make some sort of change regardless, because you're just not winning. It's the same disappointment. And I understand their pitchers were injured. A couple had surgeries. A couple were beating their wives. So they had no pitching. So, but, and I'm not making fun of the beatings. I'm not. It's no, that's wrong. Julio did what he did. He's a freaking moron for doing so, for having hit a woman. This is the second time now that he's had issues.
Any man who hits a woman is a freaking moron and should go to jail.
Yeah, anybody. That should not be happening. So he gets what he deserves, whatever's coming to him. He deserves to not be in the MLB. If that's the case, then fine. If he has to go play in freaking Taiwan somewhere, then go play wherever. And he deserves all of that. He's a freaking dumbass. Period. So we did it, but I mean, we had Kershaw starting. Dodgers had Kershaw starting game one. He got his ass kicked. It was like 6 runs in the first inning, and they took him out. So he was not looking right, and that was game one, and that pretty much set the tone. But usually, I would say when people say the coach, I say, well, we had our best 2 guys, our top 2 guys, go 1 for 21. I mean, the guys weren't hitting the ball, so you're not scoring, you're not going to win. And I think a lot of us knew going into this that because of the pitching, that there was a good chance we were going to have to score some runs to win, like minimum 5, 6, maybe 7, just to win. And Dodgers didn't do any of that, so they're out. You know what though? If for somehow they got through this round with the way they're playing and the pitching, they weren't going to win this whole thing anyway, man. They just weren't going to do it. But so anyway, they're out. Arizona moves on. They're waiting on the Phillies or the Braves, who are playing either right now or soon. They should be playing here soon. And on the other side, you got 2 Texas teams facing up against each other. Houston moved on, Rangers moved on, and so those 2 will be playing to see who goes to the World Series. So,
who won it last year? Was it Houston last year? Yeah.
Yes, sir. And now they're a few games away here from getting into it again.
Do people still hate them for that whole cheating scandal thing?
I don't think they'll ever let it down. Especially Dodgers fans. I mean, that that World Series was insane, bro. They were cheating, and the Dodgers were still right there with them. There were such good games, a lot of runs, home runs, a lot of action. It was a great series. Obviously, we didn't find out till later that about the cheating stuff, but yeah, man, no, people are still very upset about that, and any chance they get, they'll say something about it. These guys, these guys will go to other teams because obviously that team's not, not, people leave, they go to other teams. So even when they come up to bat on that other team, they get booed. Just to let you know.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, um, so yeah, people still hate on these guys quite a bit, but there you go. There's two Texas teams on that side, and on this side, it's going to be Arizona. And like I said, we'll see. Phillies. I think Phillies are up one game. So yeah, I think they're up one game. I think they're either playing now or here soon. But there's your little baseball update. Get that out of the way because my team's out and it's stupid, and that's that. So that's why right now I'm wearing this hat because it's time to move on. People get really upset when their team loses.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they get really, really upset. I get upset. I get bothered, but I move on pretty quick. How about you?
Uh, yeah. I mean, yeah. The stays with me a little while. That Chargers loss was pretty tough. Being up 27 points and blowing it in the playoffs. That 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 stuck with me for a little while. But yeah, at some point you just got to move on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it does. It hurts, and because it's your team, you want to see them win. You've been watching them play this whole time just to see them go out like the Dodgers did right now. It's very disappointing. It's upsetting. It's frustrating because they couldn't hit the damn ball. Like so in the end, it feels like because none of those things happened where the pitching wasn't good and oh, the pitching was okay. There was some issues there, but the bullpen actually was pretty good. It was the starting pitchers that didn't come through. But anyway, because of starting pitching, because the bats weren't there, it could feel like they didn't fight. It feels like
Yeah.
but also a couple things where you go a couple dumb plays, a couple of bats where you have your guys that are vets, uh, kind of thinking taking like bad swings, that sort of thing. It gets frustrating. So you kind of feel like almost like they gave up. Even I know they didn't, but it feels that way.
Yeah, sounds like some of the blame is management too, because everybody knows you need pitching in in the playoffs. Seems like that's been an issue with the Dodgers. So.
It was definitely an issue. It was definitely an issue. I one of the guys was going to try to return for playoffs. But he had surgery, and I think at some point they said, we better not just throw him out there and maybe injure him, and then you don't have him for next season type of thing. So yeah, um, it's yeah, something's got to give at some point. The coach, I mean, if you're not winning, you're not winning. So something's got to change, and if they gotta, but I I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna fire the guy. That's just my guess. I don't know. I mean, at first, when I saw the game, I was like, yeah, they're just gonna get rid of him. But now I don't know. I don't know if they will. We'll see. I guess we'll see if it happens.
All right.
Um,
Well,
moving on from yeah, go ahead.
have you watched any of the Lakers preseason games here?
No, I was gonna ask you about it to see what you thought here.
Yeah, I've been watching a little bit here and there. I would watch more, but I was in Vegas this past weekend, so
That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
it was harder for me to see. But yeah, I really like Gabe Vincent taking over the Dennis Schroeder role because Vincent. This last game, he looked like the kind of knockdown shooter that we need, you know, and we saw him do it in the playoffs with Miami. He can just catch and shoot, hit those threes that we really need. It looks like we have more guys who can do that now, and that's that was something we were lacking. Our 3-point shooting just I think was one of the lowest in the league. So it looks like we have more guys who can shoot the three. So I'm excited. I think we could have a really great year. You know.
Yeah, we talked about that early on, and um, how we both thought that they could really do something this season, and how they really almost need to do something this season because we don't know what LeBron's gonna be after this season. During, there's gonna be games where he's sitting out or injured. Same with AD. But what is the end of the season going to look like for him, and then going into the next year? He can't keep dunking on this level, man. For how much longer?
No, they keep I keep seeing this graphic that at his the age 21 season, the highest score per game was 7 points. Kevin Garnett. seven.
Oh wow, I
Yeah,
didn't know that. That's crazy.
yeah. So and LeBron was scoring like what almost 30 last year. Like yeah,
Incredible.
you can't keep expecting that though. He's great. Hopefully it lasts this year and we get another shot. Looks like we will, but you can't keep expecting that every year. So yeah, definitely got to do something this year. And I like most of these guys we added, like Tyranian Prince, this guy like hard nosed defender can hit the three. Um, these are the kind of guys you need to add. We need defense, we need threes, and yeah, Christian Wood, another guy who can hit the three, he can score. Not really defense, he'll get some blocks here and there, but uh,
Do you think that's the issue with the Lakers in previous seasons? Has been defense and threes?
yeah, especially the Russ years, because yeah, we were not hitting threes and not playing defense very well. Yeah. Um, and I
Yeah,
think that was a big part of the turnaround last year at the trade deadline. We got guys who could hit threes and play defense. And look, I mean, Western Conference Finals, turned the whole team around. We weren't even going to make the playoffs, so it's huge, huge. Um,
that was unbelievable to me that they got there, man.
it was. It's like the biggest turnaround in a season I think I've ever seen. Yeah,
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. That second half was amazing.
yeah,
Hopefully, that just continues on with some sort of momentum going into the first half of this season, where they can keep up and not fall back so much. Because there was a chance, I believe, that they could not have made it. Well, once it got going, at some point you knew they were going to make the playoffs. But um, was there a point in that second half of the season where you weren't sure if they were going to get into the playoffs?
it 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 looked like they were going to make it, but yeah, I think there were points where it wasn't certain because the standings, everybody was right next to each other in the standings. So yeah, it was kind of iffy for a while.
For a little bit.
Yeah, I mean we were in the play-in game, so
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That tells you everything right there. But the fact that they made it there is, like we said, it's amazing because of where they were and how they got there was just great.
yeah, started the season 2-10. Like yeah, you can't start worse than that. I mean,
Terrible.
yeah,
You mentioned Vegas. How was that? What
amazing.
went down?
Amazing. Yeah, Friday through Sunday, I went to Joe Bob's Drive-In Jamboree. Me and my brother-in-law Ramon went down there. Saw a ton of movies. A lot of B horror movies. Uh, yeah, and they brought out special guests. Roger Corman to celebrate his first 70 years of filmmaking. He's 97 years old. Joe
Wow.
Bob said he's made 700 movies, and only he said he was joking. Only Joe Bob and Roger have seen all 700 movies.
That's great.
His wife was on stage too because she's a producer and has made movies herself, and she's like, "Wow, I've heard 500 movies. I didn't know 700." So she didn't even.
Wow. At some point, you probably lose count, man.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure he doesn't remember. but it's funny because it's funny because he remembers very well the times he was stiffed by production companies on money. Like there are times he had successful movies and he didn't get paid for them. So so
Oh,
he, so he started doing it all on his own, putting up his own money, making them all on his own because he was over it after like 4 times of not getting paid, even though he had a successful movie. So
how often does that happen? Where is that a big thing now? Where people just kind of go, I'm just gonna like fund it and just go ahead and do this project that maybe someone didn't believe in, or like you're saying, didn't get paid for other stuff, so they go and just do their own thing. That sounds it sounds like it's a difficult task, but I don't really know.
yeah, it's yeah, not a lot of people do it because I think they're yeah, intimidated by the whole process, just doing everything from the ground up. But then there are great people at it. Like Roger Corman did it for 70 years. He would make a movie to finance the next movie. And he kept
Hmm.
doing that over and over and making them cheap, so that he knew they were going to make money. Um, but yeah, not I watched a lot of independent movies. There are people who do that, but you can't find anyone to do that on a consistent basis like Roger Corman anymore. To that.
Yeah.
But people do get stiffed on money a lot by the big production companies because the screenwriter for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, the whole series, Ed Solomon. I interviewed him before, and he said many times on Twitter for Men in Black. They always tell him that Men in Black didn't make money, and he hasn't seen any residuals for it. He wrote that movie, he created it, and
Oh, wow.
they keep telling him, even though in all the trades it says it's made like whatever, how many 500 million or whatever it is, and it keeps getting shown over and over. They say, "Oh, it didn't make money. We can't pay you." Like
That whole business is
uh,
just as shady as the music business or any other business that makes a ton of freaking money. All of it's just shady, man.
yeah. So really, the only option is to do it yourself if you want to make the money. Really, I mean, unless you're going to be one of these very top guys at screenwriting, directing, acting, the very top people get paid.
But that's
Well,
got to be tough too, because now you're putting up your own cash.
yeah,
So you want to make the money back, but you have to put up a ton of it too. So that's got to be hard, also, I think.
yeah, yeah. And you have to have a lot of confidence. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You gotta be confident in what you're putting out there.
yeah,
That it's gonna make something back for you.
yeah. Joe Bob mentioned Bloomhouse. They started as a really small horror company, and they made hits. They made these little found footage films and different things, and now they're making big budget movies because they made enough money that they can make big movies now. So you know,
Do you ever watch it's on Netflix, the movies that made us?
oh, a little bit. I've seen a little bit of that. Yeah,
Those are pretty cool to show you Home Alone and all these different movies from back in the day, and how it's just cool because they show like how they almost didn't get made because of this company and that company and the money that was put up and the money that was taken away and all this sort of stuff, and these guys had to figure it out and scramble, and it's pretty cool. And some of these movies that you loved growing up, and you know never obviously realized that there was a chance that they weren't even going to get made.
yeah,
So I don't know, that show's pretty cool, I think.
yeah, yeah. That's cool. And yeah, Joe Bob does that a lot. He'll go behind the scenes of movies and tell you every little thing about them. That's what I love about Joe Bob. But yeah, I have a question. Have you ever seen a Sleepaway Camp, like a B movie horror classic kind of 80s?
I have not. No.
You have not. All right.
No.
All right.
Well, were you in it?
No, well, there's a there's this big speech Joe Bob did. I want to show you guys that relates to that movie, but it kind of. I kind of have to spoil it for people to get why the speech was made about it. Yeah, should I go ahead and spoil it, or should I be vague about it, or?
Spoil it.
All right, you've been warned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
spoil
you
it.
had like 50 years to see Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah, so I mean, come on. It's
So
like spoiling Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones at this point. Come on. It's been a long time. You should have watched it by now.
yeah. So so the beginning of the movie starts out. There's this big accident on a lake. This girl's there's these two kids, and then their dad gets shredded up by a jet ski or something weird. And
Spoiler alert.
well, it happens in the beginning of the movie, and then so they send the who you think is the daughter to a sleepaway camp, and she gets harassed and picked on the whole time, and then people start getting killed. You know, you see the killer's POV. You know, the camera shows them killing people at the camp. You know, and at the very end of the movie, the person you thought was a girl is naked, and she's got a penis.
Oh man, yeah, you shouldn't have said that. You should have left it for everyone to see.
So,
Like, Jason had me watch this. Damn it.
but so Joe Bob on his show on Shudder, the last drive-in show, like one of the very first episodes a few years ago, he talked about it, and he made this. He was talking about, at the time, there was a big thing about transgender people using different bathrooms. You know, that was a big issue at the time. He made a speech about it, but I guess people were confused. People took it all kinds of different ways, different meanings, and used it however they wanted it, whatever they wanted it to mean. So let me show you Joe Bob's speech to clear everything up about what he meant here. Just a second here.
And he's in his 90s?
Nah, Joe Bob's not that old, but he is getting older. I mean, I was watching this guy on TV in the 90s on TNT.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So he's been a favorite of mine since the 90s. Yeah. So, all right, let me share my screen here. All right, the sound.
Let me just clarify what
so hard to
country as Barney Fife came back with a vengeance, and the sleepaway camp transgender rant got circulated, and people would say, well, Joe Bob meant this. And no, I don't think Joe Bob meant that. He meant this. He was talking about this, and he didn't mean that, and he's not on that side, and he's not on that side. So before we show sleepaway camp, let me just clarify what Joe Bob meant in the sleepaway camp rant. I don't mind saying what I meant. Joe Bob meant that whenever the mainstream culture is picking on a minority, I'm on the side of the minority. Every single person that comes to the Jamboree is a minority, because we're not part of the mainstream. The mutants are not part of the mainstream. You know, that's why we're here. But transgender people are so far out of the mainstream, the numbers of them are so small that when massive governmental organizations start messing with them, there's only one right side to that issue, and that's the side I'm on. Yes. I will always be on that side until they leave them alone. Restore their civil rights. You know, and I would follow that up with this. If the states of Tennessee and Florida and Oklahoma, somebody was here from Oklahoma tonight in the tent, said they have laws like this in Oklahoma too. If the states of Tennessee and Florida and Oklahoma start really enforcing those laws against drag performances in those states, I will be performing in drag in both Tennessee
Yikes.
Yeah,
He's going all out.
yeah.
So people took it in different ways. How did you take it?
I, to be honest, I don't. It was a few years ago, and I forgot about it. You know, I
Didn't
I'd
think
have
much of it.
to. Yeah, I mean, he goes off on all these different tangents and tells stories, and yeah, I wasn't like trying to look into every little meaning about it at the time, but yeah, it's good. He cleared things up, and I think we talked about this before when we were talking about the gay bar. Like we're who cares what somebody else does? Why should the government or anyone else be telling them what to do? It's crazy.
Yeah. The same. Who cares? I don't care.
Yeah.
Um.
But
What else happened over in Vegas?
yeah, so
How
I
did
met.
your brother-in-law like it, by the way?
He
Did
had
he have a
fun.
good time?
He had a
Yeah.
good time. He had a good time. We took a picture together with Joe Bob, which was fun because
Cool.
me and him try to watch Joe Bob uh, watch his last drive-in show sometimes, but like because we both have kids, we it's like we watch little parts at a time throughout the whole year. We barely get any.
Take breaks.
Yeah, big breaks. But
Oh.
yeah, this time we got to. They played movies all through the night. Like we're too old. We couldn't stay up through all through the night, but but we had fun like watching a few movies every night. Uh, they had some independent movies. There was one called Publish or Perish that reminded me of Breaking Bad. You mentioned Breaking Bad because it was about this professor at a university who uh, he's trying to get tenure, and it takes 7 years, and they have to go through all these hoops. So the movie shows that, and then he accidentally starts killing like his students, like by accident, and so then his tenure is in trouble, and he's got to go through these meetings, and uh, yeah, it's like this really dark humor, but it's funny, like Breaking Bad, and yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and
Cool, man. Cool.
all different stuff. Like there was one called what was it? It was I think Death Death Slayer, something like that. It's like this guy, just like Conan the Barbarian, but he's killing all these beasts and like sleeping with all these naked women and like
You speak with an accent?
no accent. No, it wasn't like Arnold. He was a running back. It was this
Uh,
big buffed out white guy who was a star running back at some university. Like this was in the 80s, and yeah, he was the star. And I guess Joe Bob was telling us how now he's this big public speaker now, and now he never speaks about the movie anymore. Like it's like he's ashamed of it or something.
oh no. That's great. Well, sounds like you had a good time. Something I had never heard of. Apparently, you hadn't either, right? I think you.
I did. Well,
Oh, you did.
this is only the third one. This was the third one, but before they did it in Tennessee and somewhere else, somewhere far away. So Vegas, Vegas was a lot easier for us to get
So
out.
first time you've been to it.
First time I've been to it. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I gotta show you guys. Let me show you guys the article on. It's on friendsofcc.com. You can read my recap there. Let me show you guys here. Oh, another thing I forgot to talk about is Joe Bob did a walking tour of Vegas. So here's me with Darcy and Joe Bob. Darcy's his co-host. She makes little funny jokes stuff, and she knows a lot about horror. I was talking about that before. She writes for Fangoria magazine, knows all horror history. Here's a picture with Roger Corman, the surprise guest, Bruce Stern, Julie Corman. There's Roger again. And there's Joe Bob on the walking tour. Oh crap! Let me get rid of that. But yeah, we went down near Fremont Street, and he was just giving us the whole history of Vegas. It's the newest big city in the U.S. Started in 1905, and he was talking about how like blocks had bidding. People would bid to buy certain blocks, and there was one block that had legal gambling, prostitution, and alcohol, and that was the one that was the most expensive. And there was a tiny bar he showed us called the Atomic liquor store, and people would sit on the rooftop from 1951 to 1992. There were 928 atomic weapons tests in Mercury, Nevada, and people would sit on top of the bar and watch the mushroom clouds of the nuclear
Wow.
test. Yeah, and
Great idea.
yeah, everyone was laughing, but it's scary. It's scary, man, because I actually reviewed this documentary called Downwind about how there's 3 times the amount of radiation that's in Chernobyl. People always think Chernobyl, a big disaster.
Yeah.
In the U.S. right now, there's 3 times the amount of radiation in Mercury, Nevada, spread out through Arizona, Utah, Nevada, and even going, to California because of these nuclear tests. So, yeah, scary stuff, man.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah. But the whole tour was a lot of fun. He talked about gangsters. He talked about he was in the movie Casino, so he was talking about behind the scenes stuff about that. And I guess a guy who played a part in Casino was the lawyer to all these gangsters back in the day, and then he became the mayor for 12 years, and now his wife is the mayor for 12 years, and she's almost done with her 12 years. So yeah, so
Interesting.
yeah. So it was a fun time, man.
That's cool, man, for sure. So that's something you go back to. I'm certain.
Oh yeah. I'll go back, especially if they give me press again, so I can get in for free.
There you go. Yeah, if it's free, it's for me.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Well, do you want to get into some football too?
Yeah, football.
A little bit of football here, a little bit of fantasy. How did you do?
I'm 5-0 in Duncan's league, still undefeated. So
2-3 for me. But I did win. I beat Pat. I think I beat Pat.
Nice. Well, everyone's beating Pat right now.
Yeah, everyone's beating Pat. Pat, what's up, bro?
Yeah, now he's not doing those recaps anymore.
Hey, Pat, by the way, little message out to Pat. Yeah, I did beat you, but maybe we should have him come on like during the playoffs for a little football and have him talk a little bit about some football.
Yeah, that'd be fun, man. He's a fun guy, man, and I love his little recaps of our league. He goes in depth about what's going on. It's funny.
Oh man. What about Big Dogs? How'd you do in Big Dogs?
I won there. I'm 4-1 there.
3-2 for me.
Okay. My league, I won. I'm 3-2.
Oh my God! Not your league, bro.
What are you? 1-4?
I think so. I might be 0-5 actually. Yeah, I'm 0-5. 0-5 in that one. That's pretty bad, bro.
It is.
Yeah. Well, I had a Garrett Wilson, but you know what happened there.
Yeah. I have him in Duncan's league. I'm still 5-0. I had Chubb there too, man. I had Chubb.
Yeah. Damn.
And Duncan traded me. He sent me a trade request. He sent me Najee Harris for my backup quarterback, CJ Stroud. So, yeah, I'll take that for my backup.
Yeah. Harris not doing all that, but
But hey,
you never know with them.
You never know.
Who you got this week? Who are you playing?
I know I'm playing Josh in my league this week.
In your league, I got Duncan actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be playing him.
Yeah. Oh, and I just reached diamond status. They give you keep.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So
Diamond status. Wow.
yeah, so you can't get much higher than that. So
That
that's
just means you're in too many leagues.
well,
That doesn't mean
no,
anything else.
you're not diamond status here. There's a lot of guys here who are not.
I haven't looked. I'm pretty sure I am.
No, no.
I
I,
haven't
I,
checked lately.
I can tell you right now.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. You don't have to check.
No, no,
We're
no.
good.
We really need to see this. Oh, you're bronze, dude.
Bronze?
Yeah,
Oh, I went back. I was there. I was definitely diamond at some point. Something happened.
yeah.
Uh, who are you playing in Big Dogs League? Who you got?
Big dog. I got Damien.
Oh, Damien. That's my nephew. Okay. How is Damien doing in that league?
Let's see. He's having a tough time. 1-4 this year. He's usually pretty good.
Yeah, he usually does okay. I kicked his butt also. Damien went down. I know. I like messing with them. We'll start texting each other when it's time to play each other, and it's just a good time with him.
Yeah. And then
Who's
I'm
there?
playing Big Dog in Duncan's league.
Oh, okay.
Dog, yeah. So see if I can keep that undefeated streak going.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, damn. 5-0. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have freaking 0-5, bro. That's not good at all.
Always dreamed about an undefeated season. You stopped me in my league. You gave me my one loss in my league a few years back.
That was I was gonna say, yeah, it's a little bit ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who do we got in your league? And then in Duncan's I've got Baggy. Who's Baggy? In Duncan's league, do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Maybe could it be the new guy?
It could be. Sorry, new guys. I don't remember a couple of their names. There were new guys. I mean, I don't know. I suck with names anyway, and then it's like the first time I meet them, I'm like, so I don't remember the names, but it could be, I guess. Whoever it is, he's 1-4.
Okay.
So it's Sims.
Oh, Sims.
Sims, what's up, bro? Why are you 1-4 right now? Baggy Magnums. Shut the hell up, Baggy Magnums. Get the hell out of here, bro. You're gonna get taken out. Oh man, yeah, 1-4. Okay. And all right, we'll see. Can't wait.
Yeah.
What else for football? Injuries? Any injuries?
Injuries. Running
Hey,
backs.
Coop's back though. Coop's back, bro.
Yeah, and Eckler's back this week too.
Oh, Eckler's gonna be back. Yeah. So people are dropping the backup all over the place.
Yeah, but there were some injuries like Achan or A-Chain or however you say his name for the
Yeah,
Dolphins.
how do you say his name? I don't know.
Either way, I'll say it whatever.
Doesn't matter. That guy.
That guy, he was great for me in my league. Now he's out he's on the IR. Yeah, a few guys went on the IR. James Conner. Who else? Seems like a lot of running back injuries. Tons of running backs been brutal, man. Herbert.
Yeah.
Khalil Herbert for the Bears. He's on IR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson.
That's a big one.
Damn. What happened to him?
I don't know, but he's on the IR. So out at least 4 games, which
Yeah.
He was the number 1 pick for a lot of guys, so that's gonna hurt a lot of teams.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I have one of the guys on the receiving corps, so step it up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Do you got Addison?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's been doing okay? He's been doing okay, actually.
Yeah, so we'll see if he steps up. Him and KJ Osborne, I picked him up in a league, my league or somebody. I don't know.
All right. So, anything else football before I take you out on this last thing here, real quick?
No, just game tonight. Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So
Yeah.
Here's my son
Jimmy,
here.
co-host.
Yeah.
Co-host Jimmy.
Yeah. So.
Oh, dude, this is our 10th episode, by the way.
10th.
We should have been celebrating. I should have had a drink in my hand. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge accomplishment, bro.
Yeah, 10 episodes.
10 episodes, man. Come on.
Yeah. I want stills. Okay, just a second.
We might get renewed for a new season here. We'll see.
We'll see. I don't know. We're like we're on the verge there. It could be canceled. It could go either way. I don't know.
You know what? Because it is the 10th, maybe we should reveal a little something that happened in episode 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what? I went back and watched episode 1, and I didn't even realize that I ignored you because you said, "Hey, should we tell them what happened right in the beginning?" And I went, and I realized right then and there that we were wearing like the same hat and the same shirt, and I was like, "Bro, we didn't agree on this." It wasn't set up, I promise. And I meant to tell you, we'll get to it, and I never said anything. I'm like, oh man, what a dick. But yeah, you want to say it or what?
Yeah, we did a whole episode, a long one too. It was over an hour, and so the thing is, this program called StreamYard,
what had happened was.
Yeah, you hit the record button, but you gotta hit it twice for it to actually record. And I didn't know that. It was our first time doing it. So I hit it once. I thought we were on. We do the whole episode. Nothing's recorded.
Oh man.
So my heart just dropped when I saw that. I was like, oh man.
And you didn't notice it until an hour in, like whatever it was. At the end, you noticed it at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe because we were trying to end it. I think you noticed it maybe.
Because you got to press the end button. I'm like, oh, wait a second here. Nothing's happening. Yeah.
When we were gonna end it, I noticed. I kind of caught it right at that point also. And you asked me, you're not gonna believe this, and I'm like, I know, I know, bro. You didn't record. So then we went ahead and did another episode, bro.
Yeah.
So this is episode 11.
Yeah. And the first one was great. I mean, it was great. We tried.
I thought the first one was good for being the first time.
Yeah. So we tried to recreate it. I don't know if we quite did, but
hell no. No, bro. I was like, wait a minute. I got to do this for another hour again.
Yeah. That
recorded.
That was tough.
Oh man, look at our faces in the first one. We're like, yeah. Oh, really cool. What do you like, Lakers? Yeah, me too. Cool, man. It was like, no, bro, we're doing this all over again.
Yeah, but hey, Joe Bob had to do that at this jamboree because they filmed an episode of his show. It's gonna be episode 1 of this new season of The Last Drive-In, and there was a part where the sound wasn't good, and there was some technical issue. He had to redo the whole thing again with Darcy, and they acted like they were doing it for the first time. For the first time, but they're pros. They're used to this. They did a great job. Like I couldn't tell the difference, but But hey, it happens, I guess.
Maybe people can't tell the difference, but I know I could when I went back and watched the first episode. I'm just like,
yeah.
Cool,
Yeah. We could tell the difference, yeah. But
yeah.
Also, we were starting out too, hopefully we're getting better at this thing. So.
Hopefully. I still get a little nervous, dude. What's funny? Sorry to cut you off. Like I still get nervous, not like at first, but maybe 3 episodes ago, like 3 episodes ago, it really was getting to me just before we started. I don't know why. Like it was, like I was feeling it right here. I was just like, oh my god, for no apparent reason. I don't know what was in my head or what, but that one was weird. But all the rest have been okay thus far.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get a little bit of that. I'm gonna be interviewing the scientist Neil deGrasse Tyson in a couple.
Yeah, man,
So that'll be big. Super smart
that's
guy.
crazy.
Little intimidating to talk to, like one of the top minds of this world, you know. So
Yeah, a lot of people don't like him too.
yeah, he's kind of controversial. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole story about all of that, but yeah.
Yeah, very cool, man. So yeah, all right. So that's what happened in episode 1. Now you know. We did it twice.
Yeah, the cat's out. Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. And we had episode 1, like Jimmy was running around all over the place and making noise. I need juice, you know, or whatever it is that he wanted.
Yeah. Kind of like now.
So, kind of like right now, actually. Yeah, that was an interesting first episode, man. I wish we had it.
Yeah.
Oh well, it is what it is. We're here, episode 10, man.
The last episode, it'll be legendary. Yeah.
The last episode, yeah. Oh man. All right. Anything else, brother? Or should we get?
Yeah, we should get going. Just some things coming up, but I'll talk about them then. Yeah.
Cool. Let's go Lakers.
Go Lakers, and don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button.
Yes, sir. Jimmy.
There's Jimmy.
Hi. All right, buddy.
All right.
See ya, man.
See ya.
Bye. Bye, Jimmy.
Bye, Tim.
Bye.
Bye,